Well, the movie Life from My premiered 2012. I remember one of the big topics of discussion was how the movie ended. People were pretty upset about how it ended. The ending was that he finally got on an island, and Tiger Woodsworth walked away from the crash, and the authorities came in and found him. He was interviewed and kept saying the same thing repeatedly, that he's survived on a boat for months with a bunch of animals until someone comes in and tells him what they think happened. He says Basine was imagining the whole thing with the animals and that they were people. But to deal with the trauma he experienced, he made up all these animals so that his mind was able to cope with it better. This was a different approach from the one taken in the book. In the book, Pai is adamant about the fact that the animals are weird. That is who he was with the entire time. The authorities don't believe him, and they say that they were people he was with for most of the time. The book, however, is much more vague about what the actual ending. So what is the actual ending? Was it animals, or did he make this up? So he'd be able to cope with what was happening during this tragic time. If we take a look at the book, we see that Pai takes a look at religion through a bunch of different lenses and tries to be more open to finding which one is true. I think the theme carries through what happens at the end of the book. I think the book just leaves it up to you. Whatever outcome you think is true, that is the one. There's no ending that is true, that it's the one you believe in. And which could be same for the religion that Pai experiences in the book. He tries to see life through all different lenses, and whatever one he decides is the one he's going to live life with. In the book, I choose to believe that it doesn't matter what people say happens. It was the kid. That's what the kid thinks and experiences that is true. We have no proof either way what happened with Pai, so why not believe him? There's no evidence to even support the more logical choice anyway. However, in the movie, we see a different story. At the end of the movie, we see a whole sequence about how all the animals and humans were together this entire time. This is hard evidence that might prove the story was made up, so he was able to quote for the entire thing. However, if you choose to pick the more logical choice, that means you disregard everything magical that happened before that. None of those amazing things you just saw never really happened. Everything you witnessed is now turned into a lie if you believe it was figures for coping. This gives you an interesting dilemma that you must make a choice to pick the logical choice or the one that makes a better story. I personally picked the one that makes a better story because I find it more interesting and more entertaining than the logical reason. It makes for a better story. It is the best way to put it. That is interesting, and the best part at the end of both stories is that you get to make a choice on what decision you want to believe in.